map for Generation 10 is so exciting, guys. Now, there's another part to the map that actually may bring in a little bit of Australia, which, who knows, maybe this could be a teaser at the next generation after Gen 10, which would be Gen 11. Now, that's a stretch. I know that's kind of crazy to say, but imagine if this little part of the map that we have in Generation 10, which we don't know the Gen 10 region name, I don't think. So far, we know what the map looks like, that the map has been leaked. At least it's the beta map, so maybe it's going to change a little bit, and let's hope that this part stays in the map. But here's the post from Light88, which, you know, this is going around on the internet. I just figured that this one was probably a good one to bring out, but we're unofficially going to visit Australia as well in Gen 10. The Tiwi Islands and Darwin are part of Australia's Northern Territory. This makes me think a full Australian-based region may have to wait, or we could see more of it in a future Gen 10 DLC. Okay, so I have to kind of like blur some of the top image, but you can see the very bottom right of Generation 10's map, we have this, which maps up perfectly to the Tiwi Islands and Darwin of Australia. Like very top of Australia, you can see right there, which is in the Northern Territory of Australia, and that's awesome. People have been wanting an Australian region quite literally for years, like so long. I want an Australia region. I've always wanted one because Australia is really cool looking, and there's so much to Australia that like really could make for an amazing Pokemon map, an amazing Pokemon region, and I think it needs to happen. So could you guys imagine if like this is maybe the Gen 11 region, like maybe Gen 11 is going to expand on that and then we get to go to the same area in Generation 11. Maybe like Light88 said, it could even be a DLC. We could even have another additional DLC to Generation 10 that's going to be a huge map, like literally could be Australia in the whole game. That would be crazy. I think I'd rather have them keep Australia as a new region, like bring it in a couple of years as the next region for Gen 11, maybe even Generation 12. I just think that's a super interesting thing. If you don't know, Pokemon maps are based on real life locations, like real life countries and stuff like that. So that's why it looks very similar. Obviously, it's not like a one-to-one, you know, duplicate of the Tiwi Islands and stuff, but it's extremely identical. You can totally see how it aligns up, and it is the northern part of Australia. There are so many cool Pokemon, regional variants, and, you know, like new designs, new evolutions or whatever for older Pokemon that could happen with an Australian region or this Australian area of this map. I hope it stays, guys. The map is going to be massive for the game. Like the map for Generation 10 is going to be huge. And I brought up in my last video how there's a lot of water. So like obviously the water is going to take up a lot of the map. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the islands and stuff, those are still going to be huge. We'll have a ton of different islands. I can't wait to see it. I mean, we're going to be able to explore underwater in this game, which I want to bring up this tweet from Central Leagues, which I should have mentioned in my last video, but I just didn't see it in time, and I'm like, I already got that video done. So unironically excited that Flash is going to return in Gen 10. Sounds like it's going to be very prevalent to explore caves and deep underwater. And then, of course, just showing off what Flash does. If you don't know what Flash does, it essentially is when you go in a cave in some of the older Pokemon games, you use Flash, and then it's bright. You could see everything in the cave as if there's light in there. And somebody down here said deep underwater. Yes, Dive is also back, which I talked about how underwater exploration is coming in the game in my last video, which is awesome. So Flash is going to be used by Lumineon and probably other Pokemon too. I'm sure other Pokemon can use it as well, but that's what we have now for like an example is Lumineon, which I'm hoping that underwater caves are going to be a big part of this game. And now I talked about like other stuff about how imagine we could have like fossils and a gym underwater. Like that would be so cool. And they're bringing back like these old things like, you know, Flash and Dive, and they're bringing it back to Pokemon Generation 10 in a new light, and it's going to be so cool to see. And the Australian region, I hope, would also be able to go underwater and have like big coral reefs and stuff like that. Some amazing water type Pokemon. Could you imagine the water type Pokemon in that Australian part of the map? Now that would be insane. Obviously, since it's not the entirety of Australia, like there's a lot that won't be there because some animals and stuff, you know, live in the other parts of Australia, but it's still cool to see. Soul Silver Art said, will any of these make it as our Gen 10 starters? Elephant, tree, rat, mouse, flying fox, bat, sun, bear, duck, platypus, proboscis. I've never seen that word before. I'm not gonna pretend I've never seen that before. Monkey, orangutan, that would be so sick. Monitor lizard, Komodo dragon, which a lot of people are saying that is gonna be one of the starter Pokemon. Like I've seen that a lot on the internet, and that that would be very interesting to see. I can't wait to see the starter Pokemon, which that will be revealed soon. At least I would imagine, because I think they usually reveal the starter Pokemon when they announce a brand new like generation, not like Legends games and stuff like that. I'm talking about like Gen 9. I'm pretty sure the first time we saw that game be announced, we did see the starter Pokemon. Rhino, a Wallaby Kangaroo, that would be fire. Exotic bird would be cool. A frog flying type. Ooh, that would be sick. I would love to see that. Snake, sea snake, cobra, buffalo, cattle, whale, dolphin. I know a lot of people want a dolphin or like a whale starter. I think that'd be kind of cool as well too. Sea turtle, leaf bug, spider, moth, fly, mollusk, tapir, crab, crustacean, leopard, a deer, dugong, or a manatee. Which three would you like to see as the trio? Guys, let me know which three of these ideas would you like to see, because they all actually sound awesome to me. I love the idea of literally all of these. The starter Pokemon is always like the most hyped about thing about any new region, is literally just seeing what they could be. And we have had leaks about like starter Pokemon, and I think one was like a bat, and I can't remember what the other ones said, but I've made videos about it. If you want to check it out, you can probably just like look it up on YouTube, and I'm sure you'll probably quickly and easily see that. But it's kind of awesome to think that we are going to be getting new starter Pokemon. It's crazy because I feel like Gen 9 just came out. Like, I feel like that wasn't even that long ago, which is kind of insane. I also want to know from you guys in the comments down below, what do you think that the starter Pokemon are going to be? Like, what real life animal do you think that they're going to be based on? Man, there are so many options to go with. I really do hope that the bat leak is correct, because I think that'd be pretty cool. But man, I just can't wait to see the first reveal. I really hope we get to see like actual gameplay footage when the new trailer drops, or the first trailer, I guess I should say. And like, I wonder what other games we're gonna even see announced, because you know, the official Pokemon Japanese Twitter account said that they have a feeling it's going to be the best one yet, which has my hopes going crazy high. Like, I'm serious, man. I think that this may be a Pokemon Presents to remember for years and years. And I'll be live streaming. So make sure to subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you don't miss that, because that's going to be so awesome to see. And you know, we just had a ton of leaks about Gen 10 over the last like week and a half. We're still going to get more. Like, I still have more to talk about, more to cover. We could talk about some Pokedex stuff, because obviously we're going to get an entirely brand new Pokedex. Like, hopefully over about 100 to 200 Pokemon. I would think that'd be a nice number, like maybe 150, 170. Let me know how many Pokemon you want to see in this new Pokedex. And man, we're going to get a game with every single Pokemon in it. Seriously, that has to happen on the Switch 2 life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, during the Switch 2 era of Pokemon games, can't we just see a Pokemon game with every single Pokemon? What's interesting is, like, we've been talking about how data mining is going to be a lot more difficult for the future of Pokemon games, because the Switch 2 is going to be harder to like data mine stuff on it because it's better security and stuff like that. Somebody said, don't be so sure. There will be data mines in the future. It just means the level of difficulty will be risen. Don't stop any skilled hacker of their trade to try at least. Central saying there won't be. Not for the main games. There will be from Champions and Home, but those will be months later, which I don't know. A part of me still does feel like somebody is going to figure it out. Somebody out there will figure out how to data mine and how to get these, you know, pieces of information and the leaks and the source code and stuff like that from the Switch 2 and stuff. So I think it's possible. I would say it's not gonna happen, but I'm not gonna be like it's definitely 100% gonna happen. But I just think people are really smart and can figure it out.
Someone